Hey up peeps, just obviously a catch up again. What's going on? Coughing's about stopped, but I'm about to find out whether I'm gonna bring it back on or not. Because I've come to somewhere where I have walked before, but from what I can remember, there's a pretty much flat bit what takes you to like a bird lookout place where you can sit in a cabin, and I'm sure it was pretty much flat. So I'm going to try and walk to that and back, because I still haven't done any sort of long distance walking. As for my lung, the right one, that's still not back to where it should be. It's probably, I think they said it's about 65% usage now. And what was the other thing? Oh, my breathing again. I'm still breathing heavier than what I should do, but nowhere near what it was 2 weeks ago from when I did the last catch up. So we'll see if walking any distance brings it on. Because my plan is to go back to work in about 13 days time, something like that. 12-13 days. So we're going to see how today goes, and I shall give you a bit more news on my health as and when, sort of later on, when we're down wherever I manage to get to. There is a bench about halfway, so my first plan is to try and get to the bench, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I had tests on my chest and my lungs and everything, and it picked something else up, which the doctors didn't mention. And funny enough, my lad has been quite ill, so he came back home. And when he came back home, he looked at the test results online, and he said, "What's that? What they're doing about whatever the medical name is at the bottom?" And I said, "I don't know. What is it?" And he told me what it was, and he said, "What have the doctor said anything?" And I said, "No." So he told me to get in touch with them pretty much ASAP to find out what they're doing about it. But I'll tell you about that in a bit, because like I say, it's grey, misty, it's only 2 degrees, and it's give out rain just after dinner, and it's currently probably 10:45, something like that. So I really want to get out there and see what I can do, what I feel like, why I'm doing it, preferably without getting wet. So I'm going to get my stuff on, and I shall speak to you in a bit. Well, cars over there in the distance, as you can see. I've made about 100 metres and all is well. Only problem is that bench I said was about halfway from what I remembered, isn't. It is there. So I'll have to hope there was another bench just in case I need it. I sat here last time on the way back when I did the big walk, what was here. Because there was lots and lots of birds on the reservoir, but I can only see about 3 or 4 ducks, so I don't know where they are. So yes, right, let's crack on. And I've set my thing on my OS app to track the route. At least it'll sort of tell me when I get back how far I actually did walk, because my plan's only to do an out and a back. There is a way of making it a little circular, but it means going up a really steep muddy area, and I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to do an out and back, see what wildlife, see if any. I saw a squirrel, but obviously I didn't get a chance to film it, and to be honest, there's a gentleman and a dog in front of me, so I'm probably not going to see anything at all. But hi-ho, like I say, main objective is to see what the condition of my body's like after I've done a tiny bit of exercise. Well, that's the that might have been the bench what I was thinking about, because I have walked quite a bit further. And as you can hear, now I'm starting to breathe heavier, even though it's a completely pretty much flat surface. I mean, that's going up a tiny bit there, but not a lot. My cough has started to come back. So obviously not completely gone, and well, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but I've started sort of getting out of breath as well, and I've probably walked 500-600 meters, so that's not a good sign, especially saying it's pretty much a flat route. But we'll carry on and see what happens. I've got my inhaler if I end up getting too much out of breath and coughing too much. Oh dear. I'm beginning to think this was a bit of a silly idea. And the estimation on the route, the distance is going to be wrong, because I've just checked my tracking app thing and I'm already past half a mile.
I'm so tired, I can't believe it. But I can see, I mean you won't be able to see it, but the bird hut is just through the trees there. So I've got to walk up to that gate up there, turn left, and then go down a bit of a bank. And hopefully somebody, well, from what I was told before, somebody comes every 2 days to fill all the seeds, the feeders up. I mean, my regular viewers who normally watch the videos will probably recognise the place just from the feeders. I mean, there's normally a couple of squirrels about as well, but I mean, whether I'm going to see anything. Up until now I haven't heard any birds. Well, I have, but not close. And now I've just started to see a few of them. So let's, obviously this isn't the hut. Apparently this is a toilet. The hut's down there. I'm just hoping it's open, because I really need to sit down. By the looks of it as well, the bird feeders don't look full. There's a robin there, look. Not. Oh, it's gone down on the floor now. Oh, back up again. Well, as you can see, so obviously I'm in the bird hut now. I've just sat down for about 10 minutes to get me breathing back down to pretty much where it is. The bird feeders are completely empty. I can see a few robins, well, about four or five robins. There's a few great blue tits about, and that's it. There's nothing else here. So the walk has been pretty much not a waste of time, but I mean, it showed me I'm still nowhere near any type of fitness. And obviously I've got the cough still, obviously when I'm outside and well, just walking, so work will be fun. But yeah, going back to that test result, what was on there as well was from the x-ray I had on my chest and my lungs. There I had I've got an enlarged heart, which isn't good. Doctors didn't ring me about it, and when I had to go in, funny enough, to see a paramedic to show me how to use me inhaler, which I'd already had for 3 weeks, I mentioned it to him, and he looked on the test thing and saw it, and he said, "No doctor's been in touch with you?" I says, "No, nothing at all." And he says, "Well, that needs investigating." So he took it on his own back So I had to book myself in for an ECG. I've got to have blood tests, and I've got to have ultrasound on my heart to find out why it's big. Obviously I'm still waiting for the blood tests to have them, not the results, so I've got to wait 3 weeks to get in. I had the ECG which did pick up that my heart was bigger than a normal person's. Now there's 3 things. It could be enlarged because of how I've been struggling the last 2 months with this virus and whatever else it was and is. It could be a medical reason, or the most likely reason, according to my lad, is because I'm a fat git. I have a very, very physical job, so I'm obviously out of breath quite a lot, so it's making my heart work more than it should do for an average person. And probably walking up these bloody hills when I'm out in the dales and my steam train comes on and I carry on to what I thought was to get my fitness up and to get rid of the heavy breathing. But because I've forced myself to carry on, that's probably... Oh, there's a big buzzard just flown in a tree over there, but the camera won't pick it up. So I've got to get the blood test first, and that should give more idea of why I'm well, I've got the big heart, and then after they've got the results for that, then I'll be booked in for an ultrasound again, just to confirm stuff and to try and work out then if it's medical or it's because I'm a fat git and have been for years and years. But that's probably more likely what it'll be. And that's pretty much an update on the health. Besides coming on this walk and finding out I'm not going to be fit enough to go out on any walks. Not unless they're very, very flat and quite short. So that's pretty much it, peeps. I'm just going to have my coffee and that now. As you can see, I've been recording the bird feeder area, and there's been a couple of birds fly in, whether the camera's picked it up or not. But there's no seeds in there at all. Right, peeps, I'm about half a mile away from the car. I don't know if you can see that. It started to rain. And it's getting quite heavy. So it's rained probably an hour before it should have done. So I'm going to wrap it up here, peeps. So that's a bit of an update. Not sure, well, I might do another one if I get the results about my heart before I go back to work, but I probably won't. And well, I'm planning on going back to work on the 24th. Technically I don't need to go back till the 25th, according to my sick note, but for the sake of one day. So the 22nd, I was planning on doing another partial stone circle. If I just go to the stone circle and back to the car, it's only I think it was 0.95 of a mile. But if I make a little circular out of it, it'll be 2.5 miles. But depending on which one I'll do is depending on how I feel when I get to the the stone circle and what's left of it, because I'm not sure how much of it is left. And if I just do the stone circle and back, it's only 76 feet of elevation. So I should pretty much be able to do that, I would have thought. Unless anything goes wrong with my health in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, if I can get out, I can get out. If I can't, I can't. There is another walk like this one, less than a mile. Well, this is going to be more. This is going to be about 1.5 miles. I have got another walk to a stone hut circle with virtually no elevation, and there and back it's only 3/4 of a mile. So if I get a decent day, because obviously it's out in the dales, if I get a decent day, I shall go and do that if I'm feeling okay. But who knows? Anyway, I'm rabbiting on now. So, like I say, thanks for watching, peeps. That's sort of an update of where everything is at the moment. And we'll go from there. There's the reservoir. Oh, well, one end of it. It's a very, very big reservoir. But like I say, the rain's starting to get heavier. I've probably got just under half a mile or so. Well, I had half a mile when I started this. So, right peeps, like I say, thanks for watching, and I shall see you sometime in the future. Bye bye.